The door is kicked in, and men come rushing in to a home, picking up and kidnapping all of the children in the home and throwing them into the back of a truck. They go running back into the house, grabbing the parents now, and dragging them out into the street. They shoot them cold blood and drive away, leaving them to die and rot in the street. You are a next-door neighbor, watching the slaughter of your friends of over 15 years. Mornings like this happened for a period of 100 straight days in the country of Rwanda. To start, let me share with you some facts about the genocide that took place. Discrimination is what led to the slaughter in Rwanda. The Hutu extremists were tired of being undermined by the Tutsi leaders. The Hutu people were considered a lower class, yet they were very hardworking and allowed for the country to live, and they lived under the Tutsi reign for hundreds of years. The Tutsi people were monarchs and ran the government, a more high-class group of people. The Hutu extremists did not like the way the Tutsi people looked down upon them, so they took matters into their own hands. Now that you're aware of why the genocide took place, let us discuss what happened. The Tutsi people were left defenseless and surprised. The majority stands up against the powerful, positioned minority. Roughly 14% of Rwandan population being of Tutsi descent, they were left completely vulnerable, according to BBC News. Though being few in numbers, the Tutsi people held every single governmental position in Rwanda. The Tutsi people were an upper class and held very many powerful positions, always looking down upon the Hutu people, according to United Human Rights Council. According to gendercide.org, roughly 85% of the population was Hutu ethnicity in Rwanda. The breaking point was when every single Tutsi government official was murdered by Hutu extremists. That chaos created by the murders set the scene for the Hutu rise. The Tutsi people became scared and realized that no man was safe from violence. Money could not fix this problem. Now that you know how the Hutu people were able to overthrow the Tutsi Empire, we can begin to discuss the tragedy itself, the genocide. The Hutu extremists accomplished a new low with their cruelty toward not only innocent Tutsi people, but also innocent foreign aid. Hutu extremists murdered not only government officials, but took away the nation's defense system. The Tutsi army was slaughtered immediately after the assassinations of all the governmental officials. That according to the source of The Wake of Genocide. Hutu extremists also murdered many Peace Corps and United Nations Peace Corps members that were unarmed. They did this just to make statements about who was in control. 800,000 innocent Rwandans were murdered, the majority being of Tutsi descent. That according to BBC News. Hutus that helped aid Tutsi refugees were also murdered. Hutu extremists targeted children to prevent further generations of Tutsi culture. The terrible events that took place in Rwanda will never be forgotten, but we may be able to prevent similar things from happening in the future. People need to be informed on the tragedies that occurred in Rwanda so we can prevent history from repeating itself. The purpose of bringing up such an awful tragedy is to educate people about the dangers of discrimination. The Rwandan genocide is a radical, but nonetheless still an example of what happens when an idea gets put into action. I urge you to consider these events before you judge or discriminate next time. Thank you.